Good morning, students. So today we will continue with the next part of the first chapter, which deals with objectives of business organizations. A business is started not for a single objective, that is only profit. Businessmen has various needs, and to fulfill those needs and goals, businessmen keeps multiple objectives. Various things businessmen want to achieve. Businessman wants to become successful also. He wants to gain more market share also. He wants to maximize his profits also. He wants to sell his product in different parts of the world also. So like that, different goals are there, different desires or needs are there of the businessman. And if he want to fulfill all these needs, obviously he need to set various targets, objectives in the long run, what he want to achieve and how he need to plan. And that is why various objectives he keeps here. Now basically when we talk about objectives of business organization, we can divide objectives into two parts, that is economic objectives and social objectives. Again, whatever businessman wants to achieve, it can be treated in terms of money, that is economic objectives, and doing something for the society, for the people around him, that is social objectives. Okay, why economic objectives? Again I repeat here, economic means related with the money. Obviously businessman wants to earn maximum amount of profits. He wants all the returns in terms of money. So various objectives he set so that his profits keeps on increasing. Whatever objectives give him directly or indirectly profits, you can treat those objectives as economic objectives. Yes? So one by one we will see here what are these economic objectives. First economic objective is market standing. Now, if a businessman wants to become successful, he wants to stress on one thing, that is market standing. Now, what does this market standing mean? Market standing means focusing on the position of the enterprise, or you can say having a strong position into the market in comparison with the competitors. Now for example, various businessmen are there who are selling one type of product. Now is it possible to earn maximum amount of profits in this condition? Yes, is it possible? Only when a businessman has good position into the market. When he can create a good position into the market, when he can become a strong businessman into the market, only if he is providing good quality products. If he is satisfying the needs of the consumers, giving them a quality product at a reasonable price, definitely more people will come to him, more people will buy his product, and he will get maximum amount of share into the market, and definitely his profits will keep on increasing. That is called a strong market standing in the market. Getting more amount of customers and profits compared to the competitors, you can say in simple terms. Say for example Colgate. Colgate is sold maximum in the market. Many other toothpastes are there. But the company which is selling Colgate is getting maximum number of customers. Why? Because they are providing quality products. They have maintained one quality of the Colgate, and price is also not too high, not too less. People can afford it, and they are providing good services from many number of years. So compared to other toothpaste company, which company is getting more profits or has a strong position into the market? Colgate company can say. important thing for any business or enterprise. If a businessman wants to earn a good amount of profits, they want to sustain, be in the market for a longer period of time, they should focus on market standing. Again I repeat, market standing means maintaining the strong position into the market compared to the competitors, and that is only possible by providing good quality products to the consumers. If a company is providing good quality products at reasonable price, they can become powerful into the market, they can sustain into the market than the competitors for a longer period of time. Now, if a businessman is providing quality products, if more customers are buying his product, definitely he will become powerful into the market. What ultimately it will give to the customers? More quality products. Good quality product means more sales, more profits. More profits means economic objective. More earning more amount of money. Economic is related with the money only. So if a businessman has market standing, he will get more profits into the market. Yes. So every businessman sets one objective of market standing. Next objective is innovation. Innovation means newness, bringing something new into the product. Innovation can be done through various ways. Like a businessman can do innovation in the product. Product means goods and services, whatever they are selling. In the packing of the product, or in the taste of the product, in the flavors of the product, in the color of the product, in the design pattern of the product, or in the method of selling the product. Any kind of changes can be made. Now, why this innovation or changes or new things brought into the product? Because it is the need of the time. See, if a businessman is selling same kind of product from last 15 years, nobody will buy this product because competition is more, many other companies are there, people's demands are changing. If many companies are selling similar type of product, and if one businessman is selling the same type of product for long years, people will stop buying this product and people will switch to some new company or some new other products which has good features. So to maintain in the market, in the competition, to earn more profits, to do more sales, innovation is required. Every now and then, some kind of new changes or new features should be provided by the businessman to the customers. If they are making changes into the product which suits the needs of the consumers, definitely more consumers every year will buy the product of the businessman. I'll give you one example. You people might have seen advertisements for soaps. Various soaps are there. Take for example Lux. So 10 years back, whatever Lux soap they were selling, the same kind of soap still they are selling? No, brand is same definitely, but they are making some kind of changes in that soap. They have brought variations. Every 3 months, 6 months they are making some kind of change. Sometimes they give offer with 3-1, they give, that is also kind of change in the advertising. Sometimes they change the packet or color of the product. Now they have brought in green or pink or yellow or white, cream, various textures. Some kind of changes they have made in the content of the soap with fragrance. Now they have brought new one with the design. So what is that? Change. Because of that change, people are buying more products. People like those products and continue to buy that product in the future times. So some kind of innovation is required by the businessman if he wants to sell more product, if he wants to earn more profits. Okay, so every businessman has objective of innovation. Again I repeat, innovation means something bringing new changes in the product or method of production of the product. Changes are made according to the needs of the consumers. People like the product, more people will buy the product. And more people will buy the product, what will happen? Again, more profits. Means monetary benefit, means economic benefits the businessman will have. That is why innovation is also an economic objective. It is giving more income or profits to the businessman. Now we'll see the next objective, that is productivity. Now under productivity, what is said, how much amount of input the businessman is using or putting into the business, that much amount of output should be given. Input here means the raw material, the spare parts, machineries, whatever he is utilizing to make the product, that is input. Okay, output means what? Whatever finished product he is making, the product which is ready to sell into the market. Now whatever raw material he is using, that raw material should be utilized to the maximum level without making wastages. Fullest it should be used to make maximum amount of quality products. That is called as productivity. If more productivity is given, definitely more number of products will be sold into the market and it will give more profits to the businessman. So productivity is one thing the businessman should keep in mind always if he wants to become successful and sell more products into the market. Okay, if all the raw material or input is not properly converted into output, wastages will be more, cost will increase and profits will decrease. That should not happen in the business. Whatever raw material or things he is utilizing, he should make fullest use of that. Best possible use he should make of all the inputs or raw material, and more number of products he should make every year to increase the sale, and if sale is increased, again it will give profits. Profits means again related with the money, that is why it is called as economic objectives. Keep in mind, again and again I am telling you, all these objectives indirectly give profits, money to the businessman. That is why they are called as economic objectives. After productivity, the businessman usually has the objective of physical and financial resources. Now what does this physical and financial resources mean? Physical things means the things which you can see and touch. This is a physical thing. Yes. Now before moving to this part, I will give you a small example. Even when I am teaching, I am using resources. Resources are nothing but the things which are helping you in carrying out anything, any activity. Now whatever I am doing here, this is a teaching. Teaching is an activity. To do this activity, I need some resources. Okay, definitely I need finance. Money is required to buy all these things. Whatever, if I have classroom here, because of the money only. If I have board there, chalk there, textbook, okay, I need money. So what is that money? That is called as financial resource. Whatever money we are using to do any activity or business, that is financial resource. Money. What is physical resource? I am using here chalk. Chalk I can see and touch. I am using here this board. I can see and touch. I have this classroom. Physical. We can see and touch. Textbooks, notebooks are there. Or chalk, duster is there. Yes. All these things are resources. What kind of resources? Physical resources, because I can see and touch, I can use them. These all resources, physical resources, are helping me to carry out my activity, that is teaching. Okay, again I repeat, resources means the things which are helping you in carrying out any activity. I had given you my example, same thing you can continue in the business also. To conduct the business, resources are required. Okay. To To carry out business activity, resources are required. Resources may be financial resources, resources may be physical resources. Financial resources means whatever money we are investing into the business, to start up the business, to buy the raw material, to buy the machineries, to buy the equipments, tools, to buy the stationery. Whatever money we are using, that is financial resource, because all these money will help in conducting business. What is physical resource? Physical means all those things which the businessman can see and touch and use in the business organization. That is the furniture, car, or whatever vehicle he is using into the business, for the business. Okay, stationery or computers, raw material, machineries, all these things, office, these are all physical resources the businessman use. Now, whenever physical and financial resources businessman has got, he need to make a planning, proper planning. Planning of what? How much resources, how much finance he require, how much financial resources he want, how much money he want to carry out which things. He should plan properly before starting up a business. To buy, like to buy computers, to buy office, to buy furniture, machinery, raw material, how much finance he require. He need to plan it systematically. If he will plan, he can make use of it efficiently and good amount of profits can be made. If he does not plan, what happens? Chances are there, he may acquire more funds, he may take more loan, and further he may not use it properly. Or he may get less amount of money and later on he may face shortage of money. So both such conditions will disturb his business activities and may not give him whatever expected profits are there. So he need to plan it properly, how much amount of money or capital he need to carry out the business. Okay. Then he need to plan physical resources. How many physical resources he require? How much furniture he require? What quantity of raw material he need? How many tools, equipment, furniture, what kind of office setup, plant layout, all these things he need to plan properly, and then he should start investing on funds on these physical resources. Okay. Likewise, a proper balance should be made and then business activity can be started. If he is planning physical and financial resources, again, he can work systematically, wastages will be less, efficient use of resources will be possible. Efficient means maximum use of resources, of physical and financial resources will be done with less, what you can say, with less wastages. Cost can be maintained and profits can be increased if planning is done of the physical and financial resources. Just keep in mind, every businessman, if he wants to have more profits, he should plan systematically how much capital he requires, and he should plan systematically how that capital should be invested to get the physical resources. If he has that balance, then only he can strive for more profits. All those businessmen who are maintaining a proper balance between physical and financial resources, they are able to get more profits. So you can say this objective also increases or gives more money to the businessman, and that is why they plan, they keep a objective of physical and financial resources, using physical and financial resources efficiently, effectively. Next one is profit earning. Now, profit earning is definitely an important aspect of every business organization. Now, how a businessman should think over it? How much amount of capital he is investing into the business? How much amount of money he is investing into the business? Profit should be earned in relation to that capital. Okay. If a businessman has invested too much amount of capital and he has not planned each and everything, not carried out business systematically, definitely his profits will reduce. So you cannot say he is making good amount of profits. What he should do is, he should see how much capital he has invested, and how much profits he want to earn. That objective we should set. For example, a businessman is investing a capital of say 10 lakh rupees. Just example I am giving, not with the calculation. 10 lakh rupees capital he has invested. Now how much profit he should make? Definitely more than this. Yes, more than 10 lakh. If he is earning more than 10 lakh, then only you can say he is earning more amount of profit. If he is earning or getting less than this, then he has not planned systematically on the business, you can say. He is not getting more profits. So, what objective we should keep here, every businessman should keep here, that how much capital he is invested, definitely he has to earn more amount of profits compared to the capital. So that profit or that objective should be there. Definitely, if he has decided or planned everything systematically and he is earning more than what capital he has invested, his economic objective is fulfilled. Now next we will see social objectives. Social objectives are those objectives which are not related with earning profits. No matter businessman's basic objective is earning profits, whatever dealings, whatever he is doing it to earn more money. But businessman should keep, or he should also spare some time for the society, for the people around him. Why? Because the people who are working for him, directly or indirectly, they are supporting him, and because of those people he is getting or he is running successfully his business, he is earning more amount of profit. For example, be the customers. Customers are also supporting the businessman because they, whatever product the businessman is making available into the market, customers are buying it. As customers are buying it, businessman is getting profits. If nobody will buy his product, what he is going to do? He cannot run his business. So he should be thankful. Some gratitude should be there. Towards whom? Towards the consumers, customers. Okay. Again, who else are there? Employees are there. The people who are working in the factory, in the company of the businessman. No matter businessman has started his business on his own, but there are various people who are helping him to carrying out business activity. It may be production, it may be sales, it may be marketing, it may be getting the raw material. Okay, so he should be thankful to the people, to the employees who are working in his business organization. With their help, as they are working day and night for the businessman, he is able to manufacture products in time and sell those products successfully into the market. So he should be thankful to the employees. Again, he should be thankful to the government, because government has given him timely license or whatever permissions he needed. Government has helping him, cooperated him, that is why he is doing successful business. Okay, all these people are part of the society in which we live, and directly and indirectly they are helping the businessmen to carry out business activity. It is the social responsibility or duty of the businessman to do something to the people who are helping him, or to do something for the society. Okay, so whatever his duties are there, you can say, or he should do for the society, that is called as social responsibility. I'll take it here. But social objectives are those objectives through which businessman does something for the society or the people around him. Here he does not focus on money. He will rather do something good for the society or for the people around him. Okay. Again I will repeat, economic objectives simply means to earn or to do those things which give profits to the business. Social means doing some better for the society, for the people around the businessman, not related basically with the money. Okay, doing something better for the society. Now some social objectives also businessmen keep. If he take care of the people around him, those people will take care of him, and that is how he can run his business over a long period of time. Okay. So first social objective is managers' performance and development. Now who are managers? Managers are the people who are managing the things, looking after the things in the business organization. Businessman starts the business, but he cannot go and watch each and everything. He cannot carry out all the activities himself. So what he does, he has created various positions and he appoints various people on those positions. Out of that, managers he appoints. So for every department, one manager is appointed, and under him there will be various position people. Okay, so manager has to control all the things. Manager has to see that whatever targets or objectives or plans are made, those are carried out successfully at all the levels into the organization. So in simple terms, whatever employees works are given, whether they are working properly or not. Okay, so manager has to keep control on these things. Again, there are workers, there are different other level position people. All those people are also performing their activities. With the help of all these people, business organization is run systematically. Okay, so first let us talk about the managers. Now what happens? It is said that if managers are efficient, managers are skilled, managers are trained, okay, then success of the organization is quick. Managers, if are proficient, they control and manage the things properly. Okay, half of the work of the businessman is done by the manager only. Okay. Now what happens? Businessman has to keep one objective of improving the manager's performance also. Managers has qualification and skills also, but over what you can say after or over a span of time, some training programs should be conducted by the businessman. Training programs should be conducted regarding what? Regarding the changes in the market, regarding the new technologies which are coming into the market, and proper guidance should be given to the managers. If they are well trained into the new technologies or whatever new things are coming into the market, they will be easily able to handle the organization or easily able to handle their departments. Okay, efficiency can be brought by this. So that one objective businessman should keep, that is manager's performance and development. Every now and then or 6 months you can say few training programs should be conducted or experts should be called into the organization, and whatever new techniques or technologies or new things are coming into the market, regarding that exposure should be given to the managers. If such things are done, development happens of the managers. If managers are developed, definitely the people who are working under them, they will share their information to them, they will guide properly to them, and smoothly organization's work will be done. Again, if managers are trained and development is happening of the managers, it will give indirectly benefit to the businessman only. Work will be done efficiently, smoothly. Okay. Next thing is workers' performance and attitude. Now, workers also play an important part in the business organization. Workers are the people who are actually conducting the production activity, you can say. Whatever raw materials are there, those are actually converted into finished products through the processes using the machineries. Workers are there. Workers are the people who are putting their effort day and night into the business organization to increase the production or to make the product of the business organization. So workers should be given proper training or guidance. If workers are dedicated, if workers are happy, if workers have positive attitude, it will help the business organization in doing the work smoothly and achieving the targets of maximum production and maximum sales and more profits. Positive attitude should be created. Now what happens in the business organization? Only mechanical kind of processes should not be done. Proper what you can say, proper recognition should be given to the workers. There should always be a communication between the workers and the managers or the bosses. They should keep in touch with the workers. They should ask their problems, or if they are facing any kind of problems, difficulties in doing their work. There should be a communication between the workers and the managers, or you can say the bosses of the organization. This will keep the workers happy. Whatever needs of the workers are there, that should be taken into consideration. Okay. What another benefit is there? If the worker is given good package, means whatever wages, salaries are there, goods, wages and salaries are given, proper facilities are given in the business organization, consideration is given to them, they will give more, they will put more efforts into the business organization. Okay, more loyalty they will show, they will take less leaves from their job. Okay, or they will not quit jobs earlier. They will sustain in the same business organization for a longer period of time. This will give the organization benefit of their experience and their loyalty. So, a businessman can achieve success, market standing in the long run with the help of workers also. Their performance and attitude should be improved, proper guidance and training should be given, communication should be there, so that a healthy atmosphere should be given in the business organization, so that they can work freely in the organization, give what we can say, show more loyalty towards the businessmen. This will all help to increase the production and sales of the business organization. Okay. What else I can say here? If a worker is more happy in the business organization, he can contribute more. Okay, he will not just work for the sake of money. He will feel like this organization is like my family only, and I should give more, contribute more towards the organization. If this kind of attitude is developed in the employees of the business organization, you can extract more work from them. Okay, this can contribute really towards the success of the business organization. You can see in the market all those business organizations who give more stress on the employees' comfort, who are giving more facilities to the employees, who are providing a good atmosphere in the organizations, they are really successful in the market. Okay, so every businessman should have this social objective, that he should stress or give importance to the workers' performance and positive attitude. Next one is social responsibility. Now, social responsibility means what? The responsibility of the businessman towards the betterment of the society. Just now I told you that businessmen should give some, what do you say, he should also focus on the social part also. He should also give importance to the society, because all these societies contributing towards the betterment of the business organization, directly or indirectly. So it is the social responsibility of the businessman to utilize his money for the betterment of the society. Not all money, but few percentage definitely he can spend on the society. Okay, different activities are there he can do. For example, whatever profits he is earning, a part of profit he can spend for the education of poor and needy children. Okay, gardens can be developed on his cost. Trees can be planted. Lot of things are there which he can do for the society. Businessman has more amount of resources. Okay, just now I said resources we have seen physical and financial resources. Lot of things he has which he is using in the business organization and he is earning more profits. A part of these resources or profits he can utilize to do something better for the society. That is called as social responsibility. One objective businessman should keep of social responsibility. Now, indirectly, these social objectives also give profits to the business. All those businessmen who are paying more towards the social responsibility, who are taking care of the customers or of the employees or of the government, definitely their image improves in the market, public image improves, people start buying more products of such organization and again profits increases. Okay, so businessmen should take care of the society. Next thing is pollution. Now it is said that maximum pollution in the environment is created by the industries. Now what is pollution in people might know? Emitting harmful substances, gases, poisonous substances into the product. It may into the environment. It may be into the atmosphere. It may be into the river water. Companies, they throw garbage or waste products into our environment. They release the harmful gases, smoke during the production process into the atmosphere. They throw liquid waste into the river, ponds, water. So likewise, they are creating too much amount of pollution into the atmosphere. It is the social responsibility of the businessman to reduce this pollution. Okay, so whatever efforts they can take, they should take to avoid or to reduce the level of pollution into the atmosphere. Nowadays, many companies they are using recycling processes. So whatever garbages or whatever waste products are coming out of production process, they are again recycling it and using it and selling it at lower prices to the customers, making easily available. That can be done. That is that again contribute to reducing the pollution. Or they are using some gadgets which reduce the pollution into the factory premises. They emit less smoke into the atmosphere. So such kind of things can be utilized by the company and pollution can be reduced and like that social objectives can be achieved. Okay. All those business organizations who are striking a balance between economic and social objectives, they are really successful into the market. So every businessman has these objectives. If he is making if he is achieved or what we can say, trying to fulfill these objectives, definitely he will run for a longer period of time into the market. Okay. Next part we will see in the next video.